Hello, I'm Skye Taylor and welcome to a new edition of Tips and Tricks. Now, if you haven't got a cup of coffee, get a cup because I don't like to drink alone. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the project that we worked on last week. Now, if you haven't seen that video, please go back and watch how to put acrylic paints on watercolor paper. Now I go through the process of showing you the proper way to gesso it, and we'll take you through a painting demonstration. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and watch that. And today I'm going to show you how to put a matte varnish finish on this. Now, do you have to do it? No, you don't have to, but it helps protect and archive your work. Now, eventually this painting will probably end up under glass. Somebody's going to buy it, they're going to frame it and put glass and over it, and that's going to be a good protection also. But the varnish helps the longevity of the painting. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, can you use the matte varnish on acrylic painting on canvas? Yes, you can if you're doing landscapes or portraits or something like that. But for abstracts, you'd want to use a gloss varnish. But let's not jump the gun, because I'll do a tips and trick and show you a way, a really better way to do it than what we're doing here. This process is good for this. There's a little bit better process if you paint on canvas and you're doing abstracts. I'll show you some secrets. Really good. Okay, now the varnish we're going to be using today is Liquitex. Try saying that with a mouthful of marbles. We're going to use Liquitex matte varnish. Now, can you use Hobby Lobby's Mastercraft? Well, I don't know about that. You'd have to test it. Any good artist will always have an extra piece of paper that you'll test with. You always have a test piece. Anytime you're learning a new process, you test it to make sure you're comfortable with it before you put it on your original painting. You know, I always do that. I always test. If I have canvases I'll have acrylic on them, I'll test things before I actually do them. And when I'm comfortable with it, then I do it. Okay, the Liquitex matte varnish, this is what I'm familiar with. This is what I'm going to show you. Now, I've read all the rules, the do's and the don'ts on this varnish. One of the big don'ts is you never, ever want to use a roller. Now, the reason why you don't ever want to roll it on is because this is thick. And by rolling it on, you're creating textures, and you'll ruin your painting. You will ruin it. So, I'm going to show you a really good way to do it with a roller. They say no, I say yes. And I'm going to show you a secret on how to do it. And it'll be 1, 2, 3. You'll be able to get these done really quick. And it's an amazing thing. So let me show you how to mix that formula after I have my coffee. Good stuff. Shut up. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add water. A little bit of water. Now, here's the mark where the actual amount of matte acrylic varnish is. This is the Liquitex up to this line. What I'm going to do is add water up to about this line. A good ratio is roughly maybe 4 parts of the acrylic matte varnish to 1 part water. Now, you can adjust this, but let's just add some water up to that line. Now, I mixed a little bit of the acrylic matte varnish into the water to color it so it'll be easier to see for the camera. But let's see what we got here. Okay, yep. Okay, that should be good. We're going to put it back on, and you're not really supposed to shake it, but I'm going to do it anyways. Because once we pour it out on the pan to roll it, we should be good. Whenever using a new roller, what you want to do is to wet it. Get it wet and then squeeze all the water out of it. Make sure all the water is squeezed out of it, and then you're going to towel dry it. And the reason why is that new fibers tend to suck up a lot. So in order for it to be more economical and to spread evenly, the varnish will sit on top of the fibers and not be absorbed in, and it creates a way, way better finish. Okay, the first thing you want to do is line your pan with aluminum foil, and then we're going to pour a mixture. Our mixture here, you can see how nice it goes here. Don't worry about putting too much in. What you would really want to do is to be able to varnish a few of them at a time. You should wait until you've got about maybe 3 or 4 so that you could get the most out of your roller. Okay, we got our damp roller, and what we're going to do is saturate it with the varnish. Okay, as you can see, I've taken my painting and I taped the very corners of it, just enough to hold it down. Now I'm going to take my roller and roll it. Now don't worry if you get a little bit too much on it. You can roll it out. As you can see, I'm doing a nice even coat. I'm going to go over it a few times to make sure you don't have any puddles. Last thing you want is puddles. Now, it looks a little bit on the rough side, but don't worry about that because Liquitex varnish is very, very forgiving. It will settle, and it's going to look really good. Okay, let's take a closer look at the painting. Now, when you are rolling on the varnish, make sure that you keep rolling the varnish in the pan to get most of the liquid off of the roller. You want to run with almost a drier roller. That's best for this type of painting because it is paper. It will absorb it differently than canvas. So you have to be careful with that. And I always suggest that you do a test piece. Always test it. Okay, and the last thing you want to do is to store your roller. I use a Ziploc bag. This is good if you're going to use it within 2 weeks. If not, by all means, wash it out with soap and water. There you go, just like that. Zip it up and you're good to go. Hey, thank you very much for watching my video. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe for lots of other tips and tricks. Now, the painting we did came out pretty good. It varnished really well. I'm really happy with it. In future tips and tricks, I'm going to show you how to varnish a canvas painting and finish it really fast and easy. It's incredible. I'm going to take it to another step higher. You're not going to believe how wonderful it's going to look. It'll be the best varnishing you ever did and the easiest. It's just amazing how fast and easy this is and how beautiful it looks. You're really going to be impressed. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate you watching. Oh, cat. I'm sorry. Cat's now got 7 lives. Okay. Anyways, we'll be talking to you really soon. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah. There's nothing in my coffee, honest. Nothing. Just coffee. It's coffee. I know I'm slurring my words and acting stupid, but that's just who I am. I'm old. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye. Good stuff. Shut up.
Oh, yeah.